how to get clients to beg for you to take their money just after a phone call with you. Let's go. There's some top tips on how to make clients fall in love with you. First of all, they will only book with you if they trust you. So you have to be like their best friend. I don't mean all colloquial. All right, mate, how you going? Oh, how you doing, hun? None of that. I mean, make sure that they know that you are there for their best interests. When you pick up the phone, I recommend sounding happy, but not daft. Like this. Hello, Stephanie Lee-Harper, how can I help you? Rather than, hi, yeah, this is Stephanie. They're not kids. I've heard this a lot actually, where even on the videos, the YouTube videos, some of the videos that I see for kids entertainers are all like, hello there, I am Mrs. Clown. I'm like, what? Why are you speaking to me like this? It's an adult conversation, isn't it? Start off by agreeing with everything they say and then tell them how you are going to help them. If you have a look about Donald Trump, I hate Donald Trump at the same time, but he's a card. He's always like, I am the best at this. Don't you worry, I can get everything fixed. I am the person that knows the most thing about nuclear war weapons than any other person in history. Said some weird stuff like that. Now, I like that sort of thing. It's funny. And that's what you need as well. You need to make sure that they feel that you are the person that is the only one that can help them. When you phone up, see how they speak to you as well. What people like is people who are acting like themselves. So if they're one of those types of people who are very formal, then you have to be formal as well. Hello, is that Stephanie? Oh yes, it is Stephanie. How are you? And my voice changes to a different type of warm voice. But if they say, all right then, I'm looking for a party, and that, oh yeah, no worries, I can sort that party out for you. It just changes around because they want to have people who are matching them in their energy and their social status, and you're the person that can do all of it. You've done so many parties that you already know what will work, what doesn't. My assistant booked in a 1.5 hour show just a second ago for a client that wants her 1-year-old and 3-year-old and their friends to do lots of party activities. For 1.5 hours? I'm like, Jolo, that's going to be hard to do. He said, but the mum wants extra activities for the children to do. I said, Jolo, it doesn't matter how much the mum wants it. They're not going to be able to do it. They're just going to sit there like this. They were not going to do freeze tag and limbo at that age. So you're going to know all this stuff. The parents are going to come to you and not know that some of the things that you're offering are not going to work for that type of age group or environment. But the thing you've got to watch out is your voice. We know all this stuff and sometimes it comes across a little bit arrogant. And we don't mean to be, we just want to be assertive so that we can make sure that this party goes well. So this is it. If you find that you have got a sound to your voice, then you have to change it back again. I'm going to show you. Arrogance. Oh yeah, yes, I can certainly do that for you. Yeah, well, I have done 13,000 shows before, so I can certainly help you with that. You see the sound? The sound's not light. The sound has to be melodic for the person to trust you. So instead of sound arrogant, oh well, I have done 13,000 shows before, then sound confident. So you're saying the same thing just without the arrogant side. Oh yes, I can certainly help you with that. Yes, I've got 7 years behind me on all of this, so I'm going to make sure that I can give you the best show possible. Did you hear the sound slightly different? When the parents phone up, they're probably going to phone up various other companies as well. Now, the other companies are going to not know this trick. The trick is, don't sell them on the show. You sell them on the emotion. For example, I can say, oh yes, well we do parachute games, rescue games, tug of war, bubbles, glitter. But you know what? Everybody else can. So what you do is you make sure you don't go down that route. You go down this route, the route about how important it is for their child and the feeling that's going to come from having you at the party. When you book with us, you're going to absolutely love Juliet's party because we do something special than the other entertainers in this area. We make sure that Juliet is going to feel like the star of the show. every single fun activity that we're going to be doing with Juliet and her friends, Juliet is going to be by our side, looking up at us. We're going to be smiling down, calling her our best friend. She's going to feel this complete connection with her favourite character. I guarantee you, when she comes up to do the magic shows, we're going to make her feel like she's in front of a big stage with all of the people that she loves around her, looking at her, all smiling at her. And she'll do a trick where everybody claps and cheers for Juliet. It's going to really increase her confidence, and it's going to increase her friendships from school, where Juliet is going to be the star of the show doing these amazing magical feats in front of them. They're going to be blown away by Juliet. Something like that. When you find out the birthday child's name, you say their name, not birthday child, not your event, because that's the most important thing for the parent to hear, and say it back to them as many times as possible without making it weird. Because a mum really wants their little girl to be extra special. Don't call them birthday kid or birthday child or your son. We need to project this image so that when the mum's on the phone to you, usually the mum, sometimes the dad, when the mum's on the phone to you, you're already feeding into her brain, her emotional brain and her fortune-telling brain what it's going to look like. She needs to visualise it in front of her in the living room. You have to paint the picture with your words. I'll set up this beautiful satin-robed backdrop, which we're going to be performing Juliet's special party in. It's going to transform your living room into this wonderful, rich, exciting party atmosphere. Juliet and her friends are going to be gathered around, all sitting, so excited to see the show. And when I choose Juliet out of the crowd, she's going to feel so special because she's going to come up and perform in front of all of her friends. All the parents are going to absolutely love being at your party as well, because there's a lot of adult fun jokes in the show which make the parents involved and laughing. So you're going to have this big crowd of laughter at your event. It's going to be fabulous. Now, a little top tip that I recently found out is that when you're doing the show, we've always been told you start from the smallest price, then the middle, then the upper price, hoping that they go to the one in the middle. But on the phone, it's slightly different. I recommend going from top down to bottom, so that the bottom one sounds the cheapest. You say, we've got all different packages for different types of budgets. I'm not sure what your budget is, but we have got really great packages which are going to fit into your budget. I would also recommend not asking them for their budget, because most people have never bought a magician or a disco party before. It's not something, we can't just go, oh, what's your budget for a loaf of bread? $3.90, between $3.90 and $4.90, because I know how much that is down Woolworths. These people turn up, they're a little bit nervous because they don't want to sound like they're stupid. So just tell them the price, but tell them the price after you set all the imagination wild. When someone says, I'm going to talk to my husband first, you then say, oh, lovely. What do you think your husband's going to say? And if they say something like, oh, he might say it's a bit expensive, then at least you know what the problem is, what the sticking point is for the price. And it's up to you. You might be able to come down in price a little bit just to get that show. Because remember, that show is not worth just that one show. It's going to be worth more, because if you're good, you're going to end up getting more clients from that show rather than staying at home. When you get off the phone, make sure that you email them something as well, just to keep that pattern going of continuous contact. Because really, you're not giving them emails and phone calls. What you're giving them is trust. They need to be able to trust you. When I had my kitchen done, I had a lady from one company and a guy from another. I was sort of making sure that I can get as low as price as possible without losing the quality. But this lady was more expensive. I went with her because she just sounded nice. How many people are going to vote for Trump this year or Kamala Harris? Not based on their policies, but based on whether they like them or not. 98% probably. And that's the thing as well, they need to just like you. So make sure that you're showing them how nice you are so that you can get this rapport with them, and then they'll love you even more. You can even make it easy for them to sign up with you on the day. Now, I've got a special offer that finished last week. I've only got one slot left available on that weekend. If we book it in right now, I'll make sure that that $30 comes off of the show as well. And then on top of that, you can even give them an extended time. Hey, if you want to go with us now, we can make sure that this is locked in for you so you don't lose that party time slot. And you've got like 3 days to think about it and then just pay the deposit. And then that really helps them stay, because what happens, people come out of the buying cycle, they've got things to do, and they've already locked something in. It's sort of done and dusted, like me and you. I can guarantee that even if we haven't met together, that you do not like phoning up every year the insurance car companies and trying to get a better deal. It's just not worth your time. So you do it, you find out a good quote, you like the company, the lady on the phone's jolly, and she'll say, hey, just lock this in, and then you can have a cooling off period. Do you ever do that? Nah, it's done and dusted, it's out your brain, you've got something else to move on to. And that's what we use just to try and hook them in. Clients are desperate to be pushed over the line, mainly because they've got this internal problem. We've all got it, you've got it too. We've got this internal problem that, am I going to waste my money? Or am I going to trust this person? Do I continue looking forever for another party entertainer when I've got this person on the phone right now? All of these different things, we need to just nudge them over, and then they'll come with us. How do you push them over the line? Like little sales, you can give them a little bit of a discount off for booking with you there and then. You can give them an extra half an hour of balloon twisting worth $80. You can give them extra PDFs on how to for a birthday party. All of these things are building trust as you go on. If you like those top tips for chatting on the phone to your clients, especially parents, then please follow me down below. I'll give you more top tips and bits and pieces as well that you can use for your children's entertaining small business. And also look over here, for a video on the highs and lows of working for charities as a children's entertainer. Hopefully that helps. See you later, bye, bye, bye. If you have any questions below, put them down here, because otherwise it's just me and this camera and it's a bit lonely. I want to see you. Love you.